You saw that too, huh?
You know what I'm talking
about? SpongeBob?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about with the SpongeBob thing. But
they had 3 characters that represented Pride Month.
Oh, that must be what I'm talking. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And one of them they said was very openly gay. There's some chick.
Right. Well,
and then there was the guy Schraz or whatever from Henry Danger.
Oh, okay, right.
Little short
Schwaz.
Schwaz. Do you know that Schwaz was born a woman?
No, I didn't know that.
And SpongeBob.
Oh, Tom Kenny? That dude?
The person that plays Schwaz.
Right, yeah.
Born a woman.
And the dude that plays SpongeBob?
No.
Okay. I thought
SpongeBob
was
his character. SpongeBob is
okay.
It's asexual or something, but yeah, they're still representing the.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah. Part of Pride.
See. Yeah. See. Okay. See, now I got a problem. My number one issue with this is, I'll give you the whole scoop. I come in the other day, and wife tells me something about the gay pride commercials they've been blasting all over Nickelodeon, And I was like, oh, really? So I sit there, look in, and of course here's old Ryan watching SpongeBob as usual, and there you go, got a gay pride commercial. So I sit there looking at Ryan, I'm looking at the TV, I look at Ryan, I look at the TV, and I changed his channel on him, And I said, all right, here's where I've drawn the line. Okay, here's where I've drawn the line. And we had a long talk. Okay, the talk that I shouldn't have to have had with him for a long time.
How old is he?
8.
Okay.
But so I had to set him straight on a few things, because what I've known in the past is that's a delicate issue, and from what I'm pretty sure everybody's agreed on in society from this point, is the only one that has the right to teach kids about sex is their parents, unless they consent that right to other individuals. I know when they wanted to do it with Jason in the school, they sent home a form and all kinds of documentation on what they were going to be teaching, how they were going to be doing it, and you sign off whether it's okay with you or not. So that's something that was important to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And up until this point, he was somewhat shielded, his innocence or whatever still intact.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I come in, and on a kids television show, on a kids television show, they're showing him and teaching him things that I don't want him seeing, being taught, or knowing about until he's a little older.
Here's my thing. SpongeBob is not an educational program, okay? You shouldn't be running stuff like that, commercials like that. You're going to get these kids at a young age getting curious. And I agree 100% with you. It is your job, your responsibility. Unless you delegate that responsibility to someone else, the school. I think that's best taught and learned in the home, and not in a bunch in front of a bunch of people, a group of people. I know it was, when they taught us about it, and I had a lesbian, Miss Decker. Nothing against lesbians. Love my lesbians. But she taught us, and it was weird, embarrassing, the way she went about it. I mean, by that time, I already knew what sex was, okay? Not a big deal. But the way she went about it it wouldn't fly in today's society. No. So, yeah, SpongeBob was not gay, not bisexual, but he was asexual. He's a sponge. He doesn't have either sex. But he could get himself pregnant.
Oh, is that what the thing was about, or whatever?
No, it's what the explanation.
Oh,
I'm gonna find this motherfucker.
Yes, that would be nice. I want to, because I just don't think that
And don't quote me. I might be.
Oh yeah. It's all good. And that's still opinion, speculation, but mainly our viewpoint. And that's most of my viewpoint is, they shouldn't be showing that on TV on a kids channel. See, I can let it slide on something like maybe Cartoon Network. They should probably limit it to after like Adult Swim and stuff. But to be honest, man, I don't think we've turned on Nickelodeon since.
I don't blame you.
And,
Okay. May I?
Oh yeah. Let's hear this.
SpongeBob SquarePants Sexuality has entered the chat, and lo and behold, the Bikini Bottom dweller might be, as many suspected for years, gay. Okay? Nickelodeon tweeted Saturday in support of Pride Month and attached photos of 3 of their canon characters as a clear indicator that they're all part of the LGBTQ plus community, but without actually saying it outright. And here's a tweet from Nickelodeon celebrating #Pride with the LGBTQ plus community and their allies this month and every month. SpongeBob, Schwartz, and that girl, Cora. The tweet heard round the Krusty Krab said, celebrating #Pride with the LGBTQ community and their allies this month and every month. Rainbow. All of these characters, and I was wrong on Schwartz, kind of. All of these characters, Sponge, Schwartz from Henry Danger, and Cora from the Avatar spin-off show Legend of Korra, are featured in a rainbow-colored background. What's interesting is fans have known for a while Cora was gay, bisexual, and it was revealed in the show itself. As for Schwartz, the actor who plays him, Michael D. Cohen, is a transgender man in real life.
Oh, okay.
So that leaves the Krusty Krab. Sorry, misinformed.
No, it's all good. That's good info, yes.
So that leaves the Krusty Krab's fry cook. If the other 2 are clearly members of the community, it makes some people think the tweet is about more than declaring SpongeBob an ally. Instead, they think it's his coming out. Of course, we got to say folks had their suspicions for a long time. If you know, you know. We won't break it down for boomers.
That's funny. Man, see, that's kind of okay. So, in another sense, if, I'll ask was for the right to teach that to my child on my own time. I didn't push my views onto your children and what I thought, but so now do I have the right to push my views on your children? I think immediately whoever's in charge of that should be fired immediately. They should at least apologize to the entire nation and the children. I mean, seriously. That's just
like all of a sudden.
That's
here you go.
Disrespectful. Yeah.
I never thought SpongeBob was gay.
Well, whether he's gay or not, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that they're targeting little children with these shows. They know that little kids watch these shows, and they're pumping information on a sexual orientation to them with or without their parents' knowledge. And until recently, it was without my knowledge, and that's very offending.
Absolutely. I don't agree with their delivery whatsoever. Yeah, and when I first saw that, I opened it up and I was like, SpongeBob celebrating gay pride, which you don't have to be LGBTQ XYZ to celebrate gay pride.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, straight people, married couples, that have a friend or 2 that happens to fall within that community, and they go down there and they support them. They are 100% straight. So when I first saw the SpongeBob, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad, because I almost didn't, I'm glad I took the time to read it. And I went, oh, interesting, kids.
Well, see, I was more than supportive and willing to be accepting until that point. But when you drag my young child into it, it becomes a totally different issue.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, who dropped the ball on that train of thought, or if that's maybe a
who gave the thumbs up on
cancel. Yeah, who approved this?
Right.
Maybe you should look into that. Who actually approved that? Oh my goodness.
I wonder if the gentleman that plays SpongeBob, if it has something to do with his sexual orientation. I don't know. It obviously did not elaborate on that. But I never got any indication that he was gay. I never once did I think, what did he just say? Or what did he just do?
Oh no, I don't
Never
think.
once.
Yeah.
So
It's I have no. I used to watch it too with him.
Oh,
and Jason
I do.
when he was younger.
To this day,
half
with my
time
daughter.
It was the only way to keep him quiet.
with my daughter.
We had
See,
to have.
that's the image they
Mhm.
popped up, and I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they've definitely gone off the rails on this one. I thought old Snowflake Joe was bad. Dear goodness.
Right? SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, that lady.
Nickelodeon just reinforced
That idiotic protester, man. This is. But wow, targeting kids on a kid show.
Right.
But I mean, okay, see, I'm not saying anything about all the other channels because they're not kid channels. They're pumping this stuff on Nick Jr.
I wonder what
Or are they
Disney's take on this is, because as many,
Interesting.
oh shit, that's still a little wet. As many characters as there are in, oh, there it is. As many characters as there are, Steve,
Yeah.
in Disney, you're gonna sit here and tell me that not one of them belongs to that category?
Mhm. Oh, when you start tying in all the executives and all this freaking crazy from the, I tell you, old Jizzy, she's the key to it all. Okay, if you tie in all the ABC crap and the people that have worked there, you tie in the Disney stuff, and you go back to Giselle, and if there is a worldwide embedded pedophile ring in every freaking thing, and Kennedy even mentioned it in his speech a couple weeks before he shot, kind of thing, and these are the people, this is what it's evolved into now, across the planet. Well, then it makes sense if you can look back on all kinds of things. That's why people are now digging back into conspiracy theories and things, because a lot of things make sense based on recent information,
Sure.
or at least can connect a lot more dots than they ever have in the past.
Right, or they were
I
able
mean,
to, yeah.
You remember all those freaking all the years of this cartoonist or that person come out, oh, these Disney cartoons, subliminal messages, look at this and look at that, and blah blah blah.
All the hidden messages and
Well, wow. When you start to link all these individuals and names and it starts to look a little more plausible every dot you connect.
right, yeah.
And then everything else, you look back at the pictures with Diana, it starts to connect more. If you start to look back at all kinds of things, oh my goodness,
And it's amazing how far-reaching it is.
Oh yeah,
around the
and
world.
today, what it connects into. Oh my goodness.
Right, not the fact that it just goes around the world,
Oh,
but
yeah.
what and who it connects to, and
Yeah.
it's like, wow.
So you'll get this. The best part, man, is like some BBC news site, I think, something like that. Anyway, there's a little report they had that they had her, and man, she doesn't know whether she wants to talk or not, and they have managed to set her trial date on like this year, or no, June 20th or something, 2021.
Right, I saw it was a year from now.
2020. Oh my goodness, a year from? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay.
She's gonna get tired of sitting in there, buddy.
Okay, well, see, that's the first thing I thought is, okay, what are they stalling for? They're going to stall for time to either whack her, kill her, make a deal, for their son, with her, communicate with her somehow, wait till the election to make her disappear, all kinds of whatever, They're going to wait for a big thing so they can.
Somebody, as one of
Okay,
these
wait for people to
politicians.
stop paying attention a little bit, slip her out of the cracks, what's going on here? Well, then, read a little more into it. And they report that, she's being kept on a suicide watch. But now she's been transferred to, I hope to God it wasn't like the Metropolitan Detention Center that they kept Jeffrey in, because that's where she's been transferred.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Fantastic.
so, yeah, keep her in there for a year. He didn't last a few weeks. Yeah, okay. We all know these people can do their jobs real well. Okay, so if that's the case, we've got no hope. Okay.
Right.
Right. Seriously. I mean,
I'm just laughing at this.
yeah.
I'm not laughing.
Oh
at,
yeah. Oh yeah. I believe
You
it too.
you get it.
You got these. That's who you put her in with. Oh my goodness. You know.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
just. So they didn't make mention of any camera. However, they did say she was on suicide watch, being watched all the time, and they were moving her through different rooms in solitary confinement, right,
Really?
randomly.
Why?
I don't know. But they also said that she was being kept on suicide watch. So if we all know what the lady said to Lindsey Graham and the other senators, you know, about how they do their procedures, and I can't tell you anything that I don't know. Okay, if we know anything about her, then she described that she should be in there with just a coarse robe and no way to hang herself. Right? They also mentioned that for some reason they made certain to mention that the lights were being kept on 24 hours a day.
Fantastic.
So they're gonna
They make you want to kill yourself, you know?
so basically, what they're saying is okay, maybe her lawyers have stalled this somehow, right? And got this thing all the way to next year. They don't even have to have their evidence all collaborated until November. So maybe this is their other way of, I don't know. I would relate it to kind of Gitmo tactics. You know, you leave somebody in a room like solitary confinement with just the robe, no mattress, and light for 24 hours a day. Hell, you add 90 decibels of music to that, you know,
Right.
and she'll crack like an egg in a week and spill everything she knows.
Yep.
You know, so
all over the floor.
Oh yeah, so
like Humpty Dumpty.
So you think she's gonna last a year in a room, 24-hour light?
Absolutely. Know? There's no way.
But
given the circumstances, no.
Then there was a gentleman from Fox News, Greg. I don't know. Look this one up. The pictures of Jeffrey Epstein's cell got out. Okay, this guy had bed sheets and electrical cords and all things strewn all over the room.
Oh, did he?
Or did he not? And somebody brought those things in. You know, I mean, it could be interpreted either way. But and is this what Jizzy's cell looks like? You know, we got pics of Epstein's cell. Yeah. Oh man, it's that was something else. So
graphic photos show Jeffrey Epstein shortly after his death.
Yes.
Let's see what it
his
says.
Self. Look, there it is, right there.
Was he alone?
I don't know. I mean,
well, I think when it happened, it was. But I'm just wondering. I'm trying to think back to the article. I do believe that he was alone. Did not have a roomie.
Well, there's a. If you read it, there's even a little tidbit in there that it says one of the clips or pictures caught a glimpse of a note that said something like he had scrawled something about have been kept in a shower for hours, or locked in a shower for hours. Giant bugs crawling on my hands, or whatever. You know.
Oh boy.
So what it sounds like to me is that he was interrogated.
Right.
Interrogated.
Bad.
And then interrogated. I don't know about that. I think maybe. You know, they probably locked him in a cell, you know, with
naked,
let some nasties all over him for a while, and tortured him, beat him. You know who ended up breaking his neck and killing him after they were sure that he either didn't give anything up or they knew what he spilled, you know,
and then
oh yeah,
get rid of him.
Oh yeah,
take out the trash.
Yep.
Wow.
And nobody know. So that leaves either the two guards, okay, or somebody else was in the prison or the detention center, okay. So I want to see the Inspector General's report. That's what I want to see. I want to see Barr's report on Jeffrey Epstein. How come we haven't seen that? How come that's not public to us? How come we don't know what happened? Because I know they did a report. Okay, I know he did an investigation into
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely.
And I want to know
protocol,
what he found, the organizations involved, and the individuals who did it. I want to know who killed Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. I don't think it was Jeffrey Epstein.
No, it wasn't Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, because if it was, then what you're going to have is two guards who are going to eventually be forced to say something like, hey, he paid us $2 million to sneak him in this and that and this
Right.
and that.
Right.
You know. But nobody said anything yet. The investigation, maybe. No, what's the report say?
Right.
I want to see the government report.
Hell
So,
yeah.
where's Anonymous now? Where's WikiLeaks at the moment? Come on. See, at the end of all this, you expose, and Jizzy's the key, man. At the end of this, old Julian Assange, he's going to look like a worldwide champion against pedophiles, you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Worldwide champion of children, that dude's going to be, you know.
And that's good. That's a good thing. I think that the one thing I think that we need to do with these people, Steve, is we need to make an example out of it. You know,
Yeah.
what can we do to, you know, so these people see this punishment, you know, this is going to deter people from molesting children in the future.
Well, if the easiest way to go about curbing these individuals and their problem is to adjust the laws and the legislation. If you make the laws equal and everybody's equal under the law, right? Well, then they should already be facing justice, but they're not. So obviously nobody's equal to the law. But in a situation like this, if everything was equal, you would need a slightly stricter law on individuals in positions of authority and trust to have more of an assurance that if they violated this authority and trust, that they would face heavier prosecution than someone who wasn't in a position of authority and trust and influence, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just logical thinking there.
What's logic?
Here's logic. Here, you want to know the logic? Instead of defund the police, how about we defund the politicians?
The media.
And the media. Okay, two movement. How about we defund the politicians and we defund the media? Okay.
Because at this point, in my opinion, all the media is doing is bringing you bad news, bringing you some of the stuff they tend to beat around the bush, but they bring you bad news, and most of the time it's completely irrelevant to what's going on in the world.
Or from a specific narrow point of view.
Very narrow point of view.
So.
Very one-sided, and yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so I think when you want to see real change, when you want to see real movement, we're going to have to defund the politicians and defund the media.
Right.
And people are going to have to, you know, stop watching these channels and go to other independent news sources outside of these networks and channels, and, you know, start calling them out until, like, I don't know, wasn't there a story or something about the New York Times and, like, them, like, firing somebody and a bunch of their journalists or something coming out? Look this story up, because apparently it's out there that they're admitting to being forced under pressure, these journalists, you know, and editors, to actually portray a one viewpoint from a narrow-minded perspective of individuals controlling them, you know, and continually pump this out. And apparently they're starting to come clean about it. And then, you know, I don't know if they're trying to think they're going to clean up their act or whatever, but if you want to clean up your act and you're one of these journalist editors or whatever that's involved in this, well, you need to come clean and break out all your articles, point out every instance of the points you were wrong, and correct us. Correct us on what the facts are, you know? I mean,
that takes guts and ambition to do that, to come out and say, American people, we were wrong.
Look,
I was wrong. And people don't have that anymore. Excuse me, I have to wipe the nose. Yeah, people don't have the guts to do shit like that anymore, to come out and say, hey, I'm sorry, we messed up. And that's pretty pathetic, because these people make a lot more money than I do.
Yeah, well, I mean, and then you go into defund the politicians. Well, if you want more change in that area, and especially like political parties, well then, what happened to the movement to make campaign funds transparent? Or why don't we limit campaign funds transparent, limit them to a certain amount, and, you know, if you have to trace through 2 shell companies to find out who it came from, it's not going to be accepted. Right. If you don't know where it came from, who it came from, and you can't track the source of their income to make sure they're not you know, given laundered money to a
Right.
political cause in some way,
Special treatment.
and it can't be traced easily to a source, you know, and proven to be legal money, well, then it shouldn't be accepted at all. And now you've got, see, now I got to call out Jeff Bezos, because now he thinks he's going to throw his mix into the pot here too. He's backing one candidate for Joe Biden's vice presidency that, you know, if you've watched some of our other shows, you know, Joe, that's going to sink your ship with me right away. Right away, indeed. No going back. No going back. I will not have someone as a vice president who has ever charged someone guilty before they've even had a trial or they've even factually observed evidence. Okay.
Facts.
And this individual did not allow some people any kind of innocence before proven guilty. So no, that's not the person I want as a vice president.
Right.
And if you think I want some 30-year-old, okay, either Joe, man, you're starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel, buddy. So let's aim a little higher, please. Okay. I mean, but and then we're going to look at some of the policies too, because he's snowing you in a few other ways too that I want to make clear. That once I read into his policies, you know, and you know, he's a silver-tongued guy. I'll give him, or the guys writing these policies are. I mean, but you got the conglomerate, you know, Bernie Sanders and Kerry and Biden, whoever their little cronies are,
Right.
I guess. But man, they're slick with words. I'll tell you what, and they can sure give you a sentence, and you think it means one thing, but if you can break it down and read between the lines, man. Woo! Spin. They're spin masters.
Slick, baby, slick.
That's for sure.
It's disgusting, isn't it? How sneaky and conniving they are.
Yeah.
And it's, wow.
Oh, yeah. They're,
Sorry?
Oh, I got hit by a bug.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, yeah, those guys are, I don't know, going crazy. You got Trump, on the other hand, who, I mean, every day, Joe, when I start reading this stuff, he looks better and better and better. And, you know, he's no saint. You know, I mean, everybody's buddy's nerfect. Okay. But if you want me to weigh you two, you know, you're not going to make the cut, man, if you keep going down this road. Get out there. Clearly state to me what these plans are. Don't try to twist the words around, and you know, don't make me explain it to the people. How come you can't come out and clearly explain it? Okay,
it's
that's the one thing I've always believed about Trump, at least. Okay, no matter what I've ever thought about the guy, no matter what my impressions have ever been in the past, from watching his individual character and how he is, he's brutally honest. Now, you know that. I can see, you know, he will tell you how it is. And see,
Right.
this is what counts to me the most, okay? Because Mr. Trump, he may try to bend me over and screw me, but you know what? He's going to tell me to my face that he's going to bend me over and screw me, okay? And he's not going to candy coat it and give me little hugs and say, oh, everything's all right and we're all precious and good and you just hang on. There's hope. There's hope. He's not going to do that to me, okay? And that means a hell of a lot more to me than I've, you know, name one other president that's given me that much, okay?
Right.
Where no matter what it is, even if he's going to screw you, he's going to tell you, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Honesty. I mean, that's where it starts with honesty.
So hey,
and honesty and politics don't seem to go hand in hand. That the two shouldn't even be in the same sentence together.
Oh, no doubt.
And that's unfortunate. I'm not poking fun or anything. That is the truth, and it's hard for these guys to swallow their pride and come up and say, look,
Oh yeah.
we messed up.
Oh yeah.
You know, let's start over. You know, let's work on this together.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, I don't know. It's they seem to be, the government is by the people for the people, and more and more it seems to be
well, there's more of
by
that.
the people against the people.
Yeah, well, there's more of that corporate machine. Old Coca Cola, they're getting ousted real quick. I didn't see them rescind or any kind of apologies for trying to boycott Facebook and free speech, so
Then
they're quickly going out the door. And I don't know, is their CEO, what's his name like? Is it Katz? Is that the guy in charge now? And is this the same guy in Epstein's black book?
Is it really?
Because I don't know if it is or not, but we should probably look into that.
What's his name?
If they're truly boycotting Facebook and it's something to do with free speech, we need to be aware.
Oh, yeah. What's his name, Steve?
I think Katz, Katz, I think, for CEO for Coca Cola Company, is it? Coca Cola, Mr. Katz, I'd like to know if that's the same Katz in Epstein's book. All I can say is if you want to try free speech, man, you just got this one coming.
David Katz, did I say that? Or
Yeah, that's what you said. That sounds like
Dave
the name
Katz.
in the book.
Okay, all right, yeah.
It sounds like the name in Epstein's. I don't know what's the name in Epstein's book.
And Chief Financial Officer from January 2018.
See, so yeah, that's great. So, on a side note, there, I wonder what his salary with bonuses are compared to like the warehouse recruits paying bonuses and stuff. I wonder what the percentage of gap in between that is. You want to talk about equalizing the wage gap and stuff. Yeah. Is that what you said, Joe? Equalize the wage gap? But you didn't mention nothing about that.
2.7 million, just a little over.
So, okay.
Not bad, but it's not what I thought it would be either.
So, I wonder if we should look up what a warehouse trainee job at Coca Cola pays.
$12.
Okay, well, there you go. What percentage is that of 20 million? Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I keep seeing this
You want to see the wage disparity.
compensation information. Was he let go? Is he still active? Do you know?
I don't know. I have no idea. Sounds like he's still in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff we do, or we've been doing for a long time. Where we sit out here and just talk amongst, or just between us,
Never pull any pages,
Even
never
anyone.
pull any facts, but
We used to, sit out here and talk about this stuff.
look at that.
Well, we still do. We're just recording it now.
Right. Base pay 700,000.
Okay.
Bonus plus equity incentive comp 1.5
So this
million.
adds up to almost 4 million, or over 4 million. Okay. So okay. Now, what's the trainee at Coca Cola make? Warehouse, otherwise, I don't know, administrative, whatever.